Ladies, be extremely careful when you are talking to a man who you see constantly disrespecting or bashing other women. That man does not respect anyone, any woman at all on this earth. He doesn't care if you have a child by him. He doesn't care if you're his wife. You know why? Because you allowed him to disrespect another woman in front of you. So what makes you different? What's going to make you so special? If he doesn't want to change within himself and stop bashing women, you can't make him do that.
All right.
Ladies, be
So a couple of things there. First one being the contradiction. Fellas, don't talk to women that are constantly bashing men, like the majority of the women you see on my channel from their TikTok pages. It's convenient how she left that part out because it's actually a two-way street, right? But in the modern woman's eyes and mind, they see it as men should keep quiet, women are allowed to speak their mind. And that's what ultimately the climate we're living in. Okay? You're supposed to just be quiet and not say anything about what women do, where, anything. You're not supposed to say anything about women. So when she says bash, I'm not too sure what she means by bash because I hear that word a lot. And it's usually when a man is critiquing a woman or suggesting something to a woman. Okay, let's not fall into that trap. Okay, let us be able to say what we want, just like how women are able to say what they want. Okay, not all men are bashers when they have critique, and not all women are bashers when they have critique. Just observations. Okay, let's take a look in the comment section. I know one like that. Total turn off. Yup. So women don't openly disrespect men and still have husbands. The same could be said in reverse. Yes, that's what I said earlier. There is TikTok channels where women have husbands and whole families and they're talking badly about men. So it's really just a two-way street going on. Okay. For a long time, women had the monopoly of the conversation about the other gender. We didn't have any platforms like Oprah or other venues like that. So now we have podcasts and we have the internet and we have an outlet to speak freely, unadulterated. Okay. And they don't like that because we didn't have a voice before and now we do. So they're just angry about it. Okay. On to the next.
are a lot of things that I see people comment on the internet, and I just feel like, we as people feel like people have to be perfect, but in all honesty, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, we all fall short, and we all do some things that we regret in life. So when I sit back and I see people judging other people on the internet, it's just like, give them grace. You never know, what type of situation they were in, what state of mind they were in, and you're just sitting back judging people, like I see a lot of situations. I'm not going to speak on anything, but I see things and it's just like, I'm pretty sure you did something similar or you did something just as bad. Like we have to give people grace because.
Okay. She's asking for grace. She's asking for the public to be a little bit gentler to people out there that are, I guess, putting out content and exposing their lives, right? Nobody's expecting you to be perfect. We're not expecting that. But you have to expect people to have critiques and comments and suggestions. Okay? We'll give you grace, but what are you doing exactly? Are you doing something ratchet? Are you doing something ignorant? What is it exactly that we need to give you grace for? You can't get grace for everything.
Because sometimes we don't know any better when we're doing these things. Sometimes we're not in our right mind. Sometimes it's a demonic spirit that has taken over our body and we know nothing about this.
So that was a lie.
So I'm telling y'all, learn how to give people grace because you never know what people are going through. There are a lot.
Okay, she was the thing that some people might be going through things, maybe some spiritual possession, things like that. If you commit murder, and you're under the influence of intoxicants, or you, as you say, you're possessed by a ghost, you're still going to jail for your crime. It is what it is. Grace is extended in certain situations, not all. Okay, a lot of times women want to make mistake over mistake after mistake and still demand grace. It doesn't really work like that. This is reality. This is the real world. Okay, people are gonna try to help you, and sometimes help comes through the form of shame and critique. Okay, uh, that's just how it is. Okay, the whole "we listen and we don't judge" it was a lie. Okay, we do listen and we also judge. Okay, let's take a look at the comment section. Okay, he says, "Of course, but I have been there and I did it back. But two wrongs don't make a right. You are so right, love." He seems like he's pandering a bit. Yeah. 100% truth, and thank you again. Amen. I think he's trying to say thank you again. Amen. Okay, on to the next.
If you're a good man with integrity, my videos are not going to bother you. Whenever I say men in 2025, modern men have a problem with corn, have you not checked the statistics? Roughly, and this is just like a guesstimate statistic, 70% of American men use corn. If you don't fall in that category, then you don't have to get mad at my videos. This has been discussed by men on podcasts with psychologists, therapists, that men who consume corn lose motivation to go get a good job, to go out and approach a beautiful woman. It's destroying their minds. And yes, there are also lustful women. There are corn addicted women. Absolutely. I've known these women. At no point did I say there weren't women who partook in this. And then whenever you say, oh, well, it's your fault if you find a loser. Do you know how many women I know that found out like 5 years into their marriage that their husband had a secret corn addiction? These men are so sick. They're
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. I partially agree with what she's saying. Okay. Men shouldn't rely on pornography. It is actually very detrimental for them, to be honest with you. It's not a natural state. It's man-made. You're not supposed to view the world through that lens. Okay. It does damage you. She's correct. But do you think she's trying to help you, or is it more about trying to shame you? She's saying that these men are so sick. But do you have an understanding of male nature? These men in these marriages that have this secret porn addiction, are they in a sexless marriage? Do you know what they're going through? It's good and all what she's trying to say. Yes, stop doing porn. But all I'm trying to say is stop shaming men for their porn addiction. Because we tend to start early with this porn addiction, and it's deep rooted inside of us. Hard thing to shake. All right, let's take a look at the comment section. Rachel says, when you tell someone my husband doesn't watch it, they don't even believe you. Like, they don't believe that a man can have some self-control. That alone tells you how bad the problem is. Well, it's not about our self-control problem. It's just, we grew up in a society, in a culture that, tolerated men using and consuming porn. So for a long time, it wasn't a big deal. But nowadays, men are realizing that it is actually a very big deal. And it's something that does control us. And I would say that we're working on it. We're working on it. And he obviously watches it. Man, I wish my dad was alive so I can show him your videos when you talk about this subject. He had a major corn addiction. Had a whole DVD collection full of them. Well, that's kind of awkward. Lustful men. Well, that's just how we were designed. The creator had a purpose in mind, and that was procreation. It was procreation over everything, sustainability. So if we weren't lustful, I don't think men would approach women, because really the real sole reason we approach you is for sexual relations. That's the pursuit. That's what it starts with. And it tends to end that way also. So on to the next one.
Would y'all like to see how perverted and how disgusting and how sick men are?
We do not care.
Because I don't think you ladies actually understand how perverted men are. I think you ladies think when we say men who watch porn, or I think y'all ladies think it's a joke when we say men will date you to get close to your child. I think y'all ladies take a lot of what we say about men and y'all say, it's not all men. Is it not? Well, here's some statistics for you about how twisted men are. Bad Baby reveals she has made over $57 million in 3 years from OF. She joined when she turned 18. She joined OF when she turned, as soon as she turned 18, she joined OF. Bad Baby at 18 years old has made more money from OF than like 4 or 5 professional athletes combined. And do you know who spent most of their money to make those purchases? Men. And when I say most, I mean all. All of her customers were men. All of her customers were men. Had to be. You can't convince me that a woman bought her her OF. No, absolutely not. These were men who were preying on her when she was 16, 15, whatever years old, and they finally had access. They finally had access to whatever they was looking for, whatever they wanted to purchase it for, and they just gave Bad Baby generational wealth. On her end of things, she capitalized off of men who are disgusting. On the on these men's side of things, that does not tell y'all how dangerous men are. She made generational wealth in less than a year. In 3 years, her net worth has probably quadrupled. And these are all premeditated fantasies that men are purchasing her OF for. Every single OF purchase of hers come from a man that was trying to see her or was fascinated with her when she was a little girl, when she was a child. Probably way back when she was on the Dr. Phil show. Once she went viral, it probably been on her. Ben wanted her to make an OF. Ben wanted her to make something, put herself out there like that. She capitalized off of it. But the system of masculinity, I don't think you ladies truly understand or grasp the concept of what I just said in this entire video. I don't think y'all understand that she just made generational wealth off of the perversion of men. Do you know how many men had to make a purchase for her to do that? I'm not gonna lie. I tip my hat to her. Because that was a very calculative and very logical move. Business move. And I don't care. You cannot say nothing.
Okay. Do you see the contradiction there? So it is logical for her to use men, but it is predatory for men to use her. Okay. Something you have to realize in this game we call gender wars is something we call pandering. When men pander to women, they do it in a way where they can capitalize from them. They're not trying to help you They're not only trying to shame men, but they're trying to gain something. Usually it's your money, your attention, your time. Okay? Shaming men is an easy play to make money because they're easy targets. They're men, right? So when he says all these things about bad baby and she was just a little girl and what was she to do? What was her? You take all accountabilities from her. You instantly made her out to be the victim. Victim of what? I don't know, because at the end of the video, you congratulated her for her business. Very odd behavior. Be wary of men that bash other men for being men, for they always have ulterior motives. Let's take a look at the comments. Men give me the ick. Yep. See, 18 replies. I'm pretty sure everybody's in agreement. Oh, how is it? I am bi, and my man of 12 years has seriously given me the ick so bad I can't get past it. And I've been thinking if I break up and date in the future, I will date a chick first. Okay, well, go ahead. Go right ahead. I do. Men, they want to date me, give me the ick. Every single one. So you see what I mean? It's very easy to dump on men with no real specific cause. They are hating on us in this particular post because we are sexual beings. God forbid. Okay. And also, I wonder what age would have been appropriate for these men to subscribe to Bad Baby. So she was 18, legal age, not a kid anymore, but you still shame the men that went to make her famous and make her money, right? It doesn't make any sense. If she's 18, she's putting herself out there like that. Why do you need to white knight for her? Isn't she a big girl? Isn't this what they say all the time? Men and women are equal. They can take care of themselves. Let her take care of herself. She's got this. On to the next one.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the perfect recipe. May they remember me, my words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame, hold it close to you. Check out my melodies. It's the media that's been leading you, I'll show you a thing. Misdirection was the message, they don't want you to win.